first episode of Co-Founders Diaries.
I'm LaQuanda.
I'm Tiara, and we're your entrepreneur besties.
So on this, we're going to talk about how we met and a little bit more information on us.
All right, so how did we meet? We met at a networking event. Mm-hmm. It was very awkward. It was my first pop-up shop. It was a pop-up shop / networking event. So it was my first pop-up shop of my business, which for you guys who don't know me, I'm Tiara. I own MDM Lifestyle Brand. Is a Mommy and Me brand. And that was my first event to kind of introduce the world to my event. And that's how I met LaQuanda.
Yes, and I'm so shocked that was her first event because her booth was nice, you guys. But I've been doing events for a minute now, so I was just so excited. It happened in the springtime, so I'm always like to go to networking events and pop-up shop to meet new people and increase my brand awareness. And so Tiara and I met, and then we see each other around town at different events. And then I think, did I reach out to you?
You reached out to us because you had an opportunity for maybe getting a space.
Yes. But I was going to talk about how we really reconnected. We really reconnected because we went to a networking event at Seven Grove. You remember?
That was after. Though.
Yeah, but that's how we really kind of got
on the same page. That's when we really started talking. But the second attempt was when you reached out to us for the opportunity, and then it was like, that's not the opportunity. But then from there, we was like, but I'm interested in networking and stuff like that, and that's how we really intertwined with each other.
Tiara had an event. I was a vendor at her event, and then after that, I saw it on Instagram. I saw Seventh Grove. They was doing a networking event. I was like, hey girl, you want to go? She was like, yeah. And then we was vibing ever since.
Literally, that's like 2 years.
It's
been 2 years.
And then since then, we've kind of just been doing so much stuff together.
Okay, now fast forward though. Last year we started a series that was supposed to be like 2-3 episodes. We did 22 episodes. We interviewed 10 or 11 different entrepreneurs in different backgrounds. Series on entrepreneurial journeys, just to kind of give the backgrounds of the different entrepreneurs that we may know, or maybe those that we don't know, but that we're trying to get to know, just to kind of paint the picture of what it looks like, what is the amount of work that people are putting in, what's their story, to really just kind of get more connected in our community, and also to build that awareness for our followers and people who are wanting to maybe get on the entrepreneurial journey, but they don't know how to go about getting started.
Let's talk about how Female Gang started.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start. So Female Gang got started, I don't know, 6 years ago, maybe now. I don't know, time flies. I would say maybe 6 years ago. And, it kind of actually originally got started because we were at dinner with a group of girls, and some guy basically came up to us and was like, what do you guys have to bring to the table besides good looks? And then came Female Gang. No. So, yeah, it just kind of, sparked a little fire in us as far as, there's actually a lot more that we as females bring to the table with that. And Lou and I basically started talking about it. We wanted to bring more of a community because I think, we had a good, strong group.
Staying consistent was the hardest thing.
It is. It still is. So, do you have any motivation words? When you look down and out, what fires you back up to get back going?
Okay, so this was one of those moments where I was sitting on the bed and you know when you're like, God, just tell me what it is, tell me what to do, and then you realize it's something you've done or had in you for years, and you're waiting on the confetti to drop and it doesn't. For me, it was one of those, what does keep me motivated? And it was the confidence to do whatever the next thing was. When you have that fire, when you're burning and all of that, and it gets ready to go out, it's whatever has been stopping you. And it's usually the things you don't feel like doing, whatever has been stopping you. For you to do that thing, it reignites the fire every time.
You accomplish that thing, that's what gets you back going. I follow you.
Every time.
That is so.
This is really good stuff here. This is the stuff exactly the stuff that we want to talk about, because people don't necessarily know. You don't know. You have this grand big idea, and this is the thing I always say. People have this grand big idea. I want to be a business owner, but what does it take to be a business owner? That's exactly what we're talking about today. You are sharing some of the stuff that people don't see behind the scenes.
That's something I think about too, of when it comes with picking the right business model. So sometimes it's not so much it's the model that you go about, right? And that's something that I didn't think about until later on in business, that I understand now in business. We don't want to compete with our distributors, so why go if $25 online for our oils, but you could find a distributor that you could get one for 20 or two for 30, and you could get it right now. But you'll go with the distributor. So now
Talk with Shaq. We are your entrepreneur besties.
And let's get into it. Let's get into this conversation. Y'all, this is a long-awaited conversation. We are so excited for this guest that we are about to have on our series today. She is all about the content. And something you said before this was that you're a 9-to-5 girly. So, some people say, oh my God, how do you have time? How do you manage? That is the number one question. How do you manage all of that? Can you speak to that? Because that is kind of like a thing that it's like a crutch. People like to lean in on that, but there's so many ways around that. So could you speak to that?
Yeah, for sure. Time management is really huge in that. And I understand it's not a good skill, but it's not an easy skill to have. Everybody doesn't naturally know time management. Even though I'm okay with time management, like I still need some work myself. But once again, it goes back to planning, right? So you need to be able to kind of look further down the line. At Content and Cocktails, I had you guys put together something for like the next month, right? So it's about to be November. So it's like, okay, what are your goals for November? What do you need to do to reach those goals? Okay, let's set up a timeline. If I'm working,
and I'm an entrepreneur, so balancing everything is not always going to be a balance. But like I said, if you want to make something happen with your business, you're going to. It's not going to be an excuse. So, some people are like, oh, what's the trick? What's the formula? Just do it. Like, just get it done.
Yeah, it sounds like to me you didn't look at any other.
And the mindset and having the people around you that are on the same mindset as you, or on the same frequency, it just helps the whole situation.
It does.
I'm sorry.
No, okay, go for it, Cookie.
No, I was gonna say, just to piggyback off of T and what we were saying before, I feel like when you have like-minded friends around you, you can literally be like, hey, we're doing brunch, but we're gonna be doing content today. Yeah, we're gonna go have a good time, but this is gonna be the ideal. You shoot me some pictures, you shoot me this, you bring your products, whatever the case may be. And y'all all got that mindset. So it's like y'all having fun, but y'all working at the same time.
Go ahead, Quay.
Okay, so you started, so you got your business trademark, you started, and you was handling the business by yourself. So when did your partners, your founders come into the business?
So actually my first, like I say, my day one who started with me was Adriana.
Okay.
Adriana. So she definitely was, and that's why I say just doing it by yourself, it's hard. You definitely, a team is needed. You need a team. You need a team in order to grow. You need a team in order to move forward, and in order for the company to grow, you need manpower.
Content creator in Atlanta, that Hop and Go bus event.
Yeah.
I never knew her before that event either. And she had a collaboration with Batiste and invited me. She's like, yeah, I thought to invite you. Yeah, yeah. It's like one thing can trickle into all these other things. And the host of the Hop and Go event, she's the one that invited me to the Salmon Pizza event that I just went to.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it depends on who you end up talking to in the room. You don't know who knows everybody. And Atlanta is so big. One person can know someone random. You're like, how did you even get in that room? And I'm like, I went to one other event, and now suddenly I'm at 3 other events from.
This is the power of networking that we stress all the time. Like network, network, network. You see.
And from there, we was like, let's kind of expand upon this because we really enjoyed it. We love, that's why we like networking events anyways, because we like to pick other entrepreneur brains and kind of see like how did they get to their space, how did they grow, what was like some of their pitfalls and things like that. So that's how we came about Co-Founder Diaries.
Yes, definitely. And we at first it was called Let's Talk, Let's Chat, and it was like it's going so well. Let's sit back, rebrand, and launch in Q2. So here we are now
with Co-Founder Diaries. So that's pretty much a little bit about us. If we want to deep dive into like who we are, like I said, I own MDM Lifestyle Brand. I also dibble and dabble in network marketing, and also we connected on that as well. And Carter, you can tell about your business.
Also, I'm the owner of Film Diwali. We sell women apparel, also accessories. So, like, me and Tiara will go to events, and we always have that common interest. And on our fashion,
yeah.
And on our live, I told Tiara the last live we did before we I was like, if I didn't meet her, I don't know where I would be, girl. Aww. Because it's so true. You really need that one good friend just to go out on the town, network, and do whatever. Because it's not easy being by yourself. I'm sure I will be doing it, but it's like
you'll be doing it, but it's like when you find somebody who is like on the same page. It's like I find events and I'm like, let's go. Or I'm like, oh, I want to go to New York thing. We went to New York and to CultureCon, and she was like, let's go. So just like that back and forth. Or it was a time where I like completely stopped promoting my business and stuff. And she's like, what you doing? Like, you got products, like just rebrand, just repurpose it. And I was like, you know what? Like, so like those type of conversations, having somebody to partner with and like kind of bounce ideas off of, you just don't feel alone, because entrepreneurship should not be done alone.
It should not. You need to find your group of girls, which is a good ecosystem, and it'll get easy. Because sometimes, like, Tiara come to me and she'll explain to me how she's feeling, and I'm like, Tiara, and I'll give her my view. Or sometimes I'll just listen, because sometimes you don't have to say anything. So
you talk yourself into, whatever the answer you was looking for. So it's crazy.
So that's how we met, and that's why we always say go out and network and meet somebody, meet your entrepreneur bestie.
That's our slogan, that's our tagline. We are y'all entrepreneur besties. We want y'all to come to us. We want y'all to go on a journey with us, because this is a journey. We aren't perfect. We got a couple years in game. For me, it's like 3 or 4. For her, this is actually her second go round. She haven't told y'all about that, but we'll get into all of that. This is her second go round. No, but we also gonna be learning from the people we bring on. So stay tuned for that. The second episode, we're gonna have someone on. So y'all make sure y'all tap in with that, and we appreciate y'all for following us on this journey.
See you next time.
Bye.